Hi everyone,
Hey
welcome
guys.
back to our channel. So today we wanted to share with you guys some pros and cons on opening an Etsy shop in 2021. Should you open a Etsy shop in year 2021? So you want to start off with them?
Oh, definitely. So we're going to start off by talking about the pros first of opening an Etsy shop, and then we're going to go into talking about the cons. So the first pro, I'm sure all of you are going to know the first pro to any shop, any side gig, is that you're going to have your own side money, right? So this could actually become something that you could either use for part-time money, and if it's something that's really developing, that you're really doing a good job with, then maybe it can become a lucrative full-time gig as well. So
yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with us.
That's definitely one huge pro.
Second pro is going to be the traffic. So Etsy spends lots of money into promoting the Etsy platform. So that's definitely a big pro, because if you have your own website, you do have to bring in your own customers. Whereas with Etsy, they promote on ads or other ways, and so definitely that's a good pro.
But let's not get it twisted here. If your site does not look good, that any traffic they drive, they can tell if your site's going to look good or not. So keep that in mind. Another pro is going to be
pro number 3.
Pro number 3 is that setting up an Etsy shop is actually very easy and it's very painless. So if you know how to click and drag, that's pretty much all it takes. Clicking and dragging and thinking out the process of whatever it is that you're trying to sell. You know, maybe you have something handmade, so the only challenging part would be to take the photos and to come up with the correct pricing, of course.
Right. So pro number 4 is that it's free to set up. Yes, it's free. So whenever you do start setting up your account and you start posting listings, it charges you 20 cents. Then you do have some transaction fees and some other Etsy fees, like I think it charges like 23 cents for shipping, even if you don't ship with Etsy. But a lot of other platforms, they require you to have like a plan so that you can start selling on there. And with Etsy, there is no startup fee, so it does help whenever you are just starting a new business.
Yeah, and just to add to that, if you're back in the day before Etsy, if you had to create your own website, you'd have to worry about who's hosting your website and the design of the site. But with Etsy, you already have tools set in place so that you can just go in and fill in whatever templates they have. So I don't want to say template, it's really not template so much, it's more of just the structure of Etsy for filling out the product info is what I mean.
So cost effective. So the 5th pro that we have is that it is very cost effective. So let's say you don't want to do t-shirts, but maybe you want to sell supplies for crafters. So Etsy lets you sell things that are homemade, or if you are going to be also like suppliers, so maybe that could be, you know, maybe you're gonna buy some beads and resell them, or you know, other things like that. So that's not gonna be much of a startup cost for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our cons list. So con number 1 is going to be that you get flagged easily for trademarks, and sometimes we do our best to research trademarks just because we don't want to get our shop closed down. But whenever it does happen, they just automatically will take down your listing without letting you know, or without doing an investigation, just to verify that it's still an active trademark. So that's one of the cons about Etsy.
And one other thing, sometimes we had stuff that we know is not trademarked and they still took it down.
Yeah.
So even if it's an inactive trademark, if someone wants to complain to Etsy and say, hey, this person has this design, sometimes Etsy might listen to them without even doing their own research, which I found extremely shocking. All right, next con.
So, second con is the competition. There is a lot of competition for Etsy sellers. You just have to do your research and see what is in demand and maybe what is not a lot of. So, but don't let that deter you though. I feel like that shouldn't deter you from starting an Etsy shop just because overall I would do it again.
Yeah, and even though we have competition as a con, at the same time it's a pro, because since there is a lot to compete with, that means there's actually a lot of people going on Etsy's site.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of...
That's another way to look at it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of users that go to Etsy because they know that it's homemade, handmade, you know? So, con number three. Con number three is that you are basically a renter on Etsy's platform. So this ties down with con number 4, which is that Etsy can shut you down and your shop without even letting you know why they did that, you know? And then you have no access to all the customers that you have, you know, over the years became your customers. And you know, sometimes a lot of these shops also rely on their shop for their main income. So that's the scary part about having your shop on Etsy. And if that's your only income, I would probably recommend to have another side income just in case, you know, something like that were to happen. But from what I've seen, I don't think it's that easily. I don't think you easily get shut down right away. You have to be doing like, you know, selling like Disney things or stuff that you know that you shouldn't be selling, you know?
Yeah, if you're selling anything that's copywritten, you know, maybe you're trying to sell, you know, a bunch of name brand stuff, well, that's definitely a huge no-no on Etsy's platform, and they will definitely find you at some point and shut you down.
Yeah, I mean, I know you might see other shops selling something that you might think you can sell, but if it's trademarked, and you know, most of the times, you know, Disney things or other things that are like common sense, just don't post it, because yeah, there might be up right now, but tomorrow they might not be up. So if you value your business, just be careful with trademarks and copyrights. Okay, con number 5. Con number 5 is that you have to be an organized person or a semi-organized person, because you do have to take care of your taxes yourself. So, you know, like if you have a job with somebody, they pay the taxes for you and collect the taxes for you, so you don't have to worry about anything except for getting your, what's that, your W-2?
Exactly.
Yeah, your W-2. But whereas when you have your own business, and when you start making enough money, which I believe is over $20,000 for the year, then you have to report those taxes. So you have to pay, you know, depends on what state you are in, but for us in Texas, you have to pay the state taxes, and then you have to pay, you know, IRS taxes and Social Security, Medicare. But thankfully, we do have a really good accountant that helps us at the end of the year or throughout the year when we have questions. So don't let that deter you either, because there is, you know, you can find yourself an accountant that can help you with that, or you can, you know, ask around or look it up on YouTube.
The best way to go is to find an accountant that's been doing this for years, and, you know, ask them questions too, and definitely make sure that that accountant is looking after your best interests as well.
Overall, I would say that go ahead and open up your shop if you know, if you feel like you're gonna dedicate time to it, because if you buy a bunch of things and then you don't really make the effort to grow your business, and it's not gonna go anywhere, and then you're just gonna, you know, lose money. But sometimes, you know, you just have to try things to see, you know, if it's something that you like or if you like doing it. And I just said that twice.
One other huge thing is that if you don't think that you're going to use customer service skills, you're definitely thinking wrong, because even though we do our sales online, majority of the time you're going to have people message you and ask you questions, or maybe they might write back to you because there's an issue. So you want to make sure that you're very much a people person and that you really want to be in the best interest of not only your client but also Etsy.
Yeah, so whenever you have your own business, you know, you become everything, you know, customer service, you become your accountant, HR.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have to do a lot of, you know, things on your own, but it's, you know, definitely been a blessing for us because we've been able to raise our son from home, both of us now. And so I would say go for it, guys. Don't get discouraged, and I hope that this video was helpful to you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys have any more questions, definitely feel free to let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to answer those. If there's something we didn't make a video about that you wanted us to make a video about relating to Etsy,
or yeah, to go more into detail.
We can go more detail on some other stuff if we can. I think overall it's a positive experience, but it does take work, it does take time, and it does take dedication. So don't forget about that.
Well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Take care, y'all.